We're back today with another live stream. Hit that like button, hit that button, hit that bell, select all, leave a comment down below if you feel like doing it. Keep pounding in all caps for in-game polls to NFL news, such as scheduling for the channel and for the Yahoo Sports app. Keep pounding Fantasy League. We got some conversations to have about this coaching staff because today I saw the press conference from Dave Canalas and I was not pleased. I'm just going to be real with you. We got a lot to talk about here. Let me make sure I'm off Wi-Fi. There we go. Alright. So, first of all, I'm gonna say this. I got an hour drive, so y'all gonna have an hour with me on stream here while we talk about this. But we got a lot to discuss in this press conference. I don't know how many of y'all saw it. This man, first of all, is over here dodging questions like the Matrix. You know, he will not throw his coordinator under any circumstances. And that's exactly where the problem is. It's the coordinators. Wait a minute. So we're going to totally ignore the fact that the coordinators are just getting glossed over right now. These guys
turn left onto West Butler Road.
Have the worst
Continue
play calling
on West Butler Road for half a mile.
I've seen in a long time. And we can't get any type of answers as far as like why the play calling was what it was. We can't get in this man's head like at all. So the first thing I noticed in this press conference is he's passing the buck, saying that, you know, it's on the players for lack of execution again. Lack of execution. I mean, yeah, if it is actually lack of execution, then yeah, that holds water. But right now, it does not. It does not, because that's the coordinators calling bad plays. These guys were not in a position to catch the ball in any circumstances that would give you an opportunity to move the ball down the field on offense. I'm about to be on the highway soon, so I won't be able to read comments, but I'll shout y'all out real quick. Denzel Sports, Adam Potter, how you doing? But this man said lack of execution. We're in year 2, sir. We're in year 2. I got a bone to pick with this one right here. Because if you're sitting here after this loss going lack of execution, there's something wrong. He will not blame these coordinators at all. And it frustrates me to no end. So I'm like, okay, well, with that being said, who are you blaming it on?
In 1,000
specifically?
feet, turn right onto South Main Street.
Yeah, I ain't turning right. That ain't happening. There's way too much traffic. Daggone, man. Are you serious? Thank you. What is happening right now? Yeah, Adam says exactly. So you want to come in here talking about matchups? Okay, let's talk about the corner matchup with XL. You're going to tell me that a 5'7", 5'8" corner cannot match up to a 6'3" Xavier Legette? You know, in a one-on-one format with no help, no safety help? I guarantee you, they run that drill 10 times down the field using the sideline. 6 out of 10 times, XL will catch that ball. Tell me I'm wrong. You want to come in here with matchups. Oh, we love the matchups. No, you don't. No, you don't. Quit lying, bro. Quit lying, Dave Canalas. Shout out Dovin. How you doing? But okay, then I caught him in a second lie too, because he said that Bryce Young was comfortable with the play call. Okay, please explain to me why Bryce comes over and cusses you out and throws his helmet down then, Dave Canalas, because I want to understand what the problem is here. Obviously, he can't reveal what the conversation was because he was cussing him out.
At the light,
Care to take
right
a guess
South
why
Main
he was
Street.
cussing him out? Care to take a guess why? Oh, I know why. It's because our play calling was complete garbage. These wide receivers were nowhere near a position where they could get open because the route running was total garbage.
In a quarter mile, keep left to stay on South Main Street.
Oh, but somehow that's the player's fault? Man, miss me with that. Dave, did you completely forget to take your football IQ brain with you to Jacksonville? Because clearly by this point, it seems like it. It sure seems like it. Man, come on. There's some crazy traffic today. That's wild. Well, I do need to get over.
Keep
Okay, I
left
do
to
need
stay
to
on
be in the
South
right
Main
lane.
Street.
All right, never mind. I agree. He needs to
Continue
stop
on South
lying.
Main Street for 3
Yeah,
quarters of a
man,
mile.
because like, what in the world are we doing here? Like, this is supposed to be. Oh, I was supposed to
Continue
go
on
left.
US 276 South for 1.5
It's
miles.
on GPS, man. Whatever. My point being that we're in year 2 of a developmental process. Why the heck are you lying? Why are you lying, bro? I don't want to hear about development of players. We should be doing that anyway. That's not an excuse. That is literally not an excuse anymore. In year 2. Miss me with the excuses.
In half a mile, use the right lane to take the ramp to I-185 Atlanta.
And let me know, man. Let me know, because we're trying to get into a position where we're trying to win the division title this year.
Use the right
This ain't
lane
about
to take the ramp to
progression.
I-185, then slide right onto the Neely Ferry Road ramp.
This one, right?
Slide
Yeah.
right onto the Neely Ferry Road ramp,
Yeah,
then
this
slide
one.
left onto Neely Ferry Road.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out directions right now. Give me a second.
Slide left onto Neely Ferry Road.
Okay, there we go. I've never taken this route before. GPS lead me some weird direction, but okay. I really needs to stop lying. Yep. Shout out Lisa. I normally don't do this on
In half a
while
mile,
I'm driving,
turn left
but
onto East Standing Springs Road.
This press conference got me feeling a certain type of way, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, it's got me feeling a certain type of way. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get this out the way. The D-line, whatever missed tackles we had, you know, because of the D-line, that's because of the D-line. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that one. That's on the players. Okay? But you want to tell me that Bryce Young agrees with the play calling? So, who was even calling these plays?
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Old Stage Road.
Who is even calling these plays? Is it Brad Isaac or is it Dave Canalas at this point? Because if this crap is Brad, he needs to be fired today. I'm done with it, bro. We've watched 3 games of preseason where this man does not know how to call an offensive play. That has been proven. That has been straight up proven. So, for anybody that's a Brad Isaac supporter at this point, miss me. Miss me completely. Because I'm done dealing with Brad Isaac. This dude is a glorified janitor.
Turn left onto
and an offensive coordinator's clothes.
North, then merge onto I-385
That's exactly what he is. Okay, so let's have that analytical discussion too, because if Brad Isaac is supposed to be the analytics guy, right, and he's feeding you information, and he feeds you the wrong information, and you're acting on the wrong information, that's on Brad Isaac.
North.
Is it not? Like, at this point, you have to blame it on Brad Isaac.
Continue on I-385 North for 4 miles.
Like, I don't see any other way around that. And so with Dave Canalas saying, Bryce Young agrees with the play calling, you're basically saying that Brad Isaac agrees with the play calling, and Dave agrees with the play calling too. So you all agree with the play calling? And we only got 3 points? Please explain to me how that is satisfactory. When we're trying to win behind by 1 game. And a game that we should have won. I don't want to hear the excuses, Dave. Get it done. I don't care how many fishing trips you had with Brad. I don't care how many yacht trips you had with this dude. I don't care what your relationship is with Brad Isaac. If he ain't doing his job, fire him. Get somebody in here that fits your style and does what you're supposed to, and clicks with you on what you're supposed to be doing. Now, the strange part about this is we did see flashes that it could work offensively, because, you know, we saw the Atlanta game last year, we saw the Eagles game, we saw the Chiefs game. So these offensive plays do work, but you're not opening the playbook. You're not opening the playbook. Yeah, let's run 6 draws in a row
I-85 North in 4 miles.
and act like that is satisfactory, when clearly it's not. You're going to get Chuba Hubbard killed doing that crap. Do y'all want to know the Christian McCaffrey situation? Because I don't.
In 2 miles, take exit 36AB toward I-85
Because that's exactly where we're leading that to. This man got how many yards? Off of 16 carries? 16 carries. You didn't even give Rico that many carries. 16 carries. This is the result of your wide receivers not running the right routes, or not being given the right routes to run, to get open, when clearly we had the right matchups, according to you, Dave Canalas. So if we're going by that logic, okay, we've got the right matchups. So the problem must be play call, correct? You can't have it both ways. This ain't Burger King. This ain't Burger King, homie. You got to take one or the other here. So I don't want to hear any of this garbage about, oh, the we agreed with the play calling, but okay, so no blame for the coordinator? None at all? If that's where we're going, where is the blame? It's got to go somewhere, dude. We just got blown up by the Jacksonville Jaguars.
36AB toward I-85 North.
And you're trying to tell me there's no blame whatsoever for Brad Izzy or your own play calling. Take accountability, bro. Accountability.
Take exit 36AB, then use the left 2 lanes.
Bro, you are a head coach. Take accountability. I don't want to hear anything else about how we got about how we got all this talent and blah 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 when we're not even using it. That job pisses me off.
Continue for half a mile.
You had every opportunity to do something with that talent. Every opportunity in that game. These are the Jacksonville Jaguars. Imagine once we play Dallas. Imagine once we play Buffalo. You know, imagine once we play the Eagles. You know, all these other bigger teams that got all these bigger players and more talented guys than this. And you're trying to tell me that you can't even handle the Jags?
Use any lane to take the I-85
because you can't
North
even
ramp.
create the right matchups for the Jags? Man, miss me with that.
Continue on I-85 North for 18 miles.
Fire the coordinators. At the end of the year, if they don't get things done, fire the coordinators. I'm going to give y'all till the end of the year. I'm going to be fair because that's how the NFL works. You got to wait till the end of the year. The last time an offensive coordinator was fired was like 1990s. You know, in the first week. You know, I don't know about. I don't think one's been fired in the first week, defensive coordinator wise. I could be wrong though. Point is, you know, people are fed up with the gyro, and I don't blame you. I'm on the same boat with y'all. That cookie cutter defense, man, is not going to cut it. And we're working with a dollar menu freaking offense right now, play calling wise. We know we got all the talent in the world, but we're working with a dollar menu. You know what I'm saying? You got all this money. Why are you not getting a value meal, bro? You know, like, it makes no sense to me. It makes no sense. If you're gonna hype up this wide receiver room and say, "Oh yeah, these players could do this, these players could do that," you know, and da 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 for an entire month. You know, we literally watched them do some crazy catches, you know, during training camp, and then they lay an egg. We know who to blame. Bro, it's obvious. You're not hiding it. Please stop acting like you're hiding it because you're not. We can see through the curtain. Everybody can see through the curtain. 10-year-olds on Madden have more creative plays than that. First learning the game of Madden in in rookie mode. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're trying to tell me that we had XL covered the entire game by a 5'7" corner that is smaller than him, and you won't run him deep with no safety help? Yeah, we've seen it. No safety help. There were at least 3 chances with no safety help where this man was open. Yet you're going to double force it into Hunter Renfro's hands. That is double coverage. They double coverage Ted McMillan too. But for the most part of that game, XL was double coverage like I thought he would be. You know, because they're going to double up the veteran and they're going to test the rookie one-on-one, right? The safety help is going to go over to the left side of the field, as it should. So in the rare occasions when you can get Xavier Legette open deep, you need to try to take the shot. You know, it's not about Legette, you know, so much as it is Renfro when they were trying to design plays for that side. So they tried to put Renfro on those deep routes on the sideline, and it didn't work. Why didn't it work? Because Renfro is a slot receiver. That's mainly what he does. Yes, he can do other things. Yes, he had a step or two on these guys, but that's not mainly what he does. So recognizing what these players do and cannot do, you know, is crucial on game planning. This is a West Coast / RPO offense. Treat it like a West Coast / RPO offense. You know, we had some situations where Bryce could run, you know, and get the first down. Awesome. You know, there were bright spots in there, you know, but you got to learn how to use those to your advantage and do it the right way. You know, and use those wide receivers' talents as they're meant to be used. So all of this being said, you're trying to tell me that Bryce Young, Dave Canalas, and Brad Isaac all agreed on the play call. Now we know you lying. Now we know you lying. Because Bryce Young came over there and slammed his helmet on the sideline and cussed out Dave Canalas. So, yeah. Miss me with that. We caught you in a lie. That's 2 lies. Do we have a Pinocchio nose yet? We're getting there. Dave Canalas, come on, man. All right, so it continues because it gets worse. Coverages on punt returns. Man, nobody wants to hear about that. We already know the special teams gonna take care of themselves. If they don't, then we got something to talk about. If they do, leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we just... I don't know much big problem. Alright, so then someone asked him about why the wide receivers were having a tough time getting open. I think that was the question. I may have missed it or misinterpreted it. I gotta double check that when I go back through the presser. But if that is what the question was, then we already know the answer to that, don't we? right, so moving on. And that, cool. Yeah, that's not what we're. That's not what everybody's pissed about. Get to the meat of it. You know what I'm saying? What I want to know is about those coverages on defense that Gyro thought were cute and the right calls to make at those certain situations. You know, why are we nickel and diming them to death when we know what Trevor is good at? There were a couple of times where Trevor Lawrence actually told his linemen to cause a false start so he could be throwing a deeper pass. You know, because that's more of his playbook. Purpose late in the game. Early in the game, they weren't. So I'm gonna be real with you on that. Anything early in the game, I've seen him do that in Clemson a few times. So yeah, that was all him. I apologize. I'm in a bad Wi-Fi zone. I'm using data though. I don't care about my phone bill at the moment. Point being, you know, Trevor does that all the time to set his playbook because he's trying to find plays that he's more comfortable with. He did that in Clemson. He did that in Jacksonville for the first couple of years. So yeah, I'm used to him doing that. But it took me a minute to figure it out, you know, because I haven't seen it in a while. You know, he's pretty good at hiding that now, to where you don't know that he's actually doing that. So I know Trevor Etienne's tendencies as well. Am I surprised he went over 100 yards? No. Am I surprised he went into 140 something yards with the talent we got on the field? Yes. That's a problem. We still have not fixed that yet. So what I'm interested in doing is making sure that we get those initial blocks, you know, on these offensive linemen and get off of those blocks so that these offensive linemen are not getting to the second level and challenging Roseboom or Roseboom. I keep forgetting how to say his last name. I forget it. Unless I'm looking directly at it, I don't see it. But anyway, point being, these offensive linemen for Jacksonville should not be getting to the second level if we got this much talent on the D-line. So that is execution. So yes, Dave Canalas is correct about that part. Shout out Hillbilly. You know, my point being, if you're talking about lack of execution for all across the board, nah, that ship don't hold water, bro. That ship don't hold water when we know the play calling was garbage. Yeah, y'all need to quit acting like it does. Now, here's another topic of discussion, and it continues. All right. So Dave Canalas was asked about the fumble of Bryce Young. He's got to get two hands under it, right? You got to get two hands under it. Here's a concept: quarterbacks. If the man had slid like he was supposed to, you wouldn't have seen a fumble. Point blank, you would have never seen a fumble. Tell me I'm wrong. So, I mean, like, and then he was asked like one last question about I forget what it was, but he completely dodged that question. He was like, yep, 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 and then left. I'm like, bruh, dude was dodging questions left and right today, and I'm not happy about it. Dude looked like freaking Neo up there. Dodging questions. I'm like, man, are you freaking kidding me with this? This is not what we need to hear from our head coach going into year 2 after the opening game. This is not what I need to hear. We have too much talent for this bull crap. We have way too much talent for this. And I know here come the people that are saying, calm down, it's just one game. Normally I would agree with you, but we're in year 2. We're in year 2, y'all. Where we have no idea what we're trying to accomplish on offense is totally out of sync. The defense is still doing their nickel and dime defense, cookie cutter garbage. And you still have not figured out that the coordinators are the problem, Dave Canalas. Like, I don't understand this. I don't get it. I don't get it, homie. I don't get it at all. I'm trying to understand, Dave. I'm trying to back you up here, but you're not giving me anything. You're not giving me any reason to help you here. Like, these comments in that presser, this was trying to get a division up against Atlanta soon. You know, what play Atlanta and we take the L? What happens then? What happens if we go 0-3 going into Atlanta, and then we take the Atlanta L and we go 0-4? What happens then? Guess what? People are going to start demanding these coordinators' jobs. And I'm not going to stop them. You know why? Because I agree. They have had plenty of time to fix this crap. Plenty of time to fix this. And y'all refuse to do it. So, realistically, I don't want to hear nothing about these players aren't executing properly. Garbage, man. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that no more. This is year 2. Grow up. Grow up and fix the problem. Or Dan Morgan will fix it for you. At the end of the year, Dan Morgan will fix it for you if you don't do it, and you will be on the hot seat, Dave Canalas. I'm trying to work with you, bro, but this ain't it. These are not the answers I need to hear from my head coach after a first season L. Especially not after we just went 5 wins last year. And we got all that talent. We won that last game last year against the Falcons. Finally got a revenge game. Everybody's trending upward. You know, it deflated us completely. The energy was gone. Why are we 0-2 on 4th down situations? Why are we trying to go for it in the first quarter on 4th down? Punt the ball in our own territory, please. Like, this is just football logic 101. God dang it. Fucking highway traffic. Sorry about my friend's food, but dadgummit, man, it's better than getting in a wreck. Why is everybody just randomly slamming in their fucking brakes on the freaking highway? What are we doing? Sorry, I got the road rage too on top of it. I'm just trying to talk some common sense into this team, man. That's all I'm trying to do. Y'all crazy, man. Y'all crazy as heck. Oh, lack of execution. Yeah, no duh. We know that. You talking about the whole team or just them? Just the defensive line? I'm sorry, but I gotta be a bit harsh here, man. Because you gotta understand, you can't be throwing out responses like that, Dan Canalas, because the media will eat you alive if you do that. I would rather have you out here responding with, okay, we're still developing. I mean, like, I would rather hear that, and that's what I keep hearing from Majaro. Other than, oh, well, we believe in the play calling, you know, stop lying to us. Please stop lying to us. We're not here for the lies. We're here for the wins, man. I thought we left that behind in freaking Matt Rule era and Frank era. You know what I'm saying? Like, God, this traffic is awful. Good Lord, what are y'all doing? All right, get me out of this fast lane. Get me out of this fast lane. God dang. About to kill somebody out here, man. Daggum. Alright. Oh, God. This traffic ain't it, folks. Come on now. You gotta stop with this stop nonsense on the freaking highway. I don't know what y'all doing right now. We all trying to get somewhere. Let's get there safely, man. Anyway, back to the content. We're not out here trying to hear all this nonsense and lies from a head coach. You know what I mean? That presser was not it. I don't like throwing smoke at Dave Canalas. I really don't. But at some point you have to. At some point you have to. Because if he's going to be giving answers like that, yeah, I will throw that smoke. And I will give you the tough love. Because I'm not here to listen to, oh, well, we believe in play calling, even though the play calling was garbage. I'm not here to listen to, oh, well, we believe in matchups when the defense was garbage. You know, miss me with that. What I'm here for is instead, here's how we're going to fix it. I'm going to start holding my coordinators accountable. Or if I'm calling plays as Dave Canalas, I'm going to hold myself accountable. That's the answers I need to hear from my head coach right now after that loss. Not we're going to double down on the same garbage and do it again next week. That's what we don't want to hear. Because that's what we kept hearing during Frank and Matt Rule's era. We're done with the circus, y'all. We're done with the circus. Get the clown cars out. Because it's the Carolina Clown Circus. You know? Didn't we leave that behind? I thought we were behind, y'all. Maybe I'm tripping. But I thought we left that behind. I'm sitting here trying to fathom how we got here. You know what I'm saying? When we know we've got more talent than this. That's embarrassing. And I do agree with Blitz. I think this is... That first game is our kryptonite. I do agree with Blitz on that aspect. But, we got a lot of work to do. I'm not about to sit here and listen to, oh, the matchups were good. Oh, we believe in our play calling. When you only got 3 points on the board. Stop the nonsense, Dave. Please stop the nonsense. We want to believe in you, man. But this ain't it. Alright, so now I'm going to get into the subject of Nick Scott. Alright? So I heard a little bit about Nick Scott in the last 24 hours. Nick Scott was out of position a lot of these times because a gyro decided to put him in the wrong spot. You know, and that's not unusual. He does that with every safety that we've got. You know, but the fact is Nick Scott had some trouble tackling. He had some trouble closing that speed and getting there. So I do agree with the people that say that Lathan needs to be a starter over Nick Scott. And that Scott, you know, because he does have a lot of talents. He does bring a lot to the table. You know, we're trying to build the best 53-man roster. Period. I'll get on Renfro in a minute. I know that people want to talk about Renfro too. So just hang on a minute on that one. All right. But let's talk Nick Scott first. Nick Scott, I love you, dude. You had a lot of time, you know, here in Carolina. You put a lot of good things, you know. But at some point, these rookies are going to hunt you for your job, man. You know, it's a thing. So I think Lathan has done enough to do that. You know, it's that simple. Nothing personal, man. It's just business. We're trying to get the best 53 out here.
Stay on I-85 North.
That's what it is, man. So once we get to the point where we're saying Lathan is better than Nick Scott, okay, then we need to make some changes roster-wise. Yeah, we need to take a look at some roster changes.
Continue on I-85 North for 28 miles.
The other one is Josh Neiman. Who decided it was a good idea for Josh Neiman to start? You know, Dave Canalas out here praising Josh Neiman to the moon. Listen, man. Yes, he did okay for the most part. I'll agree with that statement. But the rest of this hype that you got for him, I can't jump on board just yet. Give me 2 or 3 solid games of Josh Neiman starting out there before I'll jump on board and change my mind. You know? I've been watching this dude for 2 training camps now, and it's going to take a good bit for me to buy in for Yash. But I want to buy in. Don't get me wrong. I want to buy into these players and their success, but you got to give me the time to really look at these players and appreciate their talents. If they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, then yeah, I'll jump on board the train. But if they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, I can't jump on the train. You know what I'm saying? So Yash still has a little bit of work to do to convince me. The coaching staff might think he's ready to go. He's better. To start. I disagree. Brady Christensen is a vested veteran that has been here for 3-4 years, and he has been the anchor of this offensive line when we needed it most, when Corbett went down. So, and so is Cade Mays. Brady Christensen has been that Swiss Army knife that we have needed, to fill in gaps, do whatever we needed to do, and keep it rolling. So better fit for the starting job. We wait on Icky to come back. If you ask me, I'd rather have Brady Christensen starting year round. But because of Icky and his inconsistency last year, before those last 4 to 5 games. So, I'm not playing 4 whole quarters. But I'm not going to push that because, I trust Icky. Icky has shown me enough to where I'm like, okay, cool. If you want to start him, you can. I don't have a problem with that. But as of right now, I don't. Once he gets healthy again. But I still have questions, concerning the fourth quarter, of Icky. Once he comes back, so I will want to see Icky start. That's fine with me. And I want to see 2 or 3 games get under his belt to where he is consistently going 4 cold quarters and doing what he's supposed to be doing. Does that make sense? Because otherwise I can't jump on the train. Otherwise I have to jump on the Brady Christensen train and ask for him to be the starter. I want to believe in Icky. I want to believe in Josh Neiman. Don't get me wrong. I love these 2 guys. I think they're good people. But good people isn't the same as a good player. Y'all get what I'm saying here? Being good people is not the same as being a good player. I'm going to repeat that a second time because I need people to understand that. So, we have a lot of talent. And I think that with that good talent, there comes a responsibility to use it correctly. That's the point I'm trying to make to everybody right now. That's my main focus of this conversation that we're having. Because I'm trying to figure out why we made certain choices to get where we got. I'm trying to put 2 and 2 together here and figure out what decisions led to what we saw on Sunday. What were these coaches seeing or these coordinators seeing that we were not, when they started putting the game plans together? Was the game plan, oh, we got to match up to the opponent? Was it, we have to be, the Jaguars? Do we need to be the other team? No, we need to be ourselves. We have our own talent. We have our own unique identity. We have our own unique team. So let's be the Carolina Panthers. You know what I'm saying? Why are we trying to be the other team? Why are we trying to match the other team? Numbers-wise, skill-wise, It's a matter of matchups. It's a matter of winning those matchups. You see my point, guys? That's what we're trying to do. This ain't a guessing game, y'all. We're not trying to pretend like we're the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, there's also the theory of we're trying to play down to our opponent, because that's a thing. There's also a thing of, there's multiple doors here of what this strategy might be. Put the ball in the hands of your playmakers and they'll take care of business. Is that the mindset here? Which seems the most likely to me. That's what it sounded like to me. I don't know if maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong here. I'm just trying to figure it out, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, at what point do we say enough is enough and start holding these coordinators accountable? Because Dave would not throw either one of these coordinators under the bus during preseason. Neither one. Even though we clearly knew that the problem was the coordinators. You see what I'm getting at? And he's doing it during regular season too, which is frustrating me. It's frustrating me a lot. Because if I was a head coach, and any of you would have said the same thing that I'm about to say right now, if you were in the position, head coaching job for the Carolina Panthers right now, what exactly would you do about these coordinators? Would you say we need to fire these guys tomorrow? Fire them yesterday? Or fire them at the end of the year? Let them shoot themselves in the foot and put your job security at risk. Season is where I would fire them. Because honestly, I'm to the point where both of these gentlemen, offensive and defense coordinator, have to show me something. Otherwise, I'm calling for your jobs. I'm going to give you a set time, a set amount of weeks to fix the problem. And if you don't fix it by then, with the talent that we have right now, you're gone. By that set week. No excuses. No, I want to go on another boat ride with you. I want to go fishing trips with you. No. If they're not doing their jobs, fire them. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Fire them. Appropriate time. I'm done playing games with this team, bro. I'm trying to tell you, I'm done playing games. We are trying to win a division title. We're not trying to sit on our butts and play tic-tac-toe here. In 2025 with this much talent. Otherwise, what is the point of building all this talent up? What is the point? Yeah, y'all see what I'm saying? What is even the point? If we can't even win a single game early against the Jacksonville Jaguars, where we can't even put our wide receivers in the right positions to win games, we can't even put our defensive players in the right positions where it isn't cookie cutter defense. Why sign these people if they're not going to be put in the right spots? That's what pisses me off. As a Panthers YouTuber, that pisses me off. The fact that we are wasting that much talent right now. And I'm not trying to be angry, man. I'm not trying to be that angry person. But really, that's one of my pet peeves as a Panther YouTuber right there, is when you waste my talent that is on this roster. that we have pushed and pushed and pushed to try to get on this roster. Now I'm going to go to Renfro, because that applies to him too. Y'all wasting his talent, bro. Just like the Raiders did. What are we doing here? You know, this man is multifunctional. Multifunctional. And the most this man got is 3 catches. That's it? That's it? People are saying, oh, Coker's better, Coker's better. It's not about that. You're missing the point. The people that don't understand this and try to equate player to player right now, you're missing the point. The point is the play calling was such garbage play calling that Hunter couldn't even get open. He was given bad routes. That's the only reason Hunter Renfro does not do anything. That is literally the only reason. The Raiders playbook was garbage. So is this one that we were using on Sunday. Now, I'm not saying that we can't go deeper into said playbook. That could be really, really good. That, you know, don't misinterpret my words. But what I'm saying is that if you can't dive further into that playbook and say, let's find a crossing route, let's find something that works, you know, against these matchups that you supposedly said were good, then it's on you as a coordinator. It is on you as a coordinator. If it's Dave Canalas calling these plays, then it's on Dave Canalas. If it's on Brad Isaac, then it's on Brad Isaac. I don't want to hear the excuses of, oh, they were overperforming, you know, when they clearly weren't. That's another lie. That's another lie right there. You can't win matchups if you're not putting the guys in proper positions to win those matchups. Like, it irritates me. And the head coach refuses to admit that the problem is him when it comes to the play calling. As a head coach, it starts with you. You have to start taking accountability for your play calling as an offensive coordinator and play caller, and tell Brad Isaac, okay, I don't give a crap if the numbers don't support this. We're going to run this differently because I don't see the same things you do. You're not a supercomputer, Brad. You know, you're a human being. We're not going to run 100% on analytics. That's not what we're going to do in Carolina anymore. Use your football IQ, Dave. Please. If it doesn't smell right, it's bad. If it don't look right, it's bad. Call something else. Use audibles. Oh, but Cam Newton used to use a bunch of audibles. We didn't have the best offensive coordinator back then, but Cam saw the field and he knew that most of the time when you got calls from the offensive coordinator, they were not it. So Cam Newton was just like, nah, bump this, I'm audibling. I see this, we're running this, okay, boom, touchdown. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what Bryce needs to start doing. I need him to man up. I need him to grow a spine and tell Dave Canalas, if this play ain't working, we ain't running it. You know? let's try this one instead. Do it professionally. You know? Because if you're sitting there just going, well, let's run a draw play about 50 times a game. Let's hope this works. And Bryce is sitting there, you know, with his introverted self just going, okay. I don't make a wave. Don't make a wave. Don't make a wave. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't it. Bryce, I need you to man up and tell Dave Canalas this is not working. If it's not working, then it's not working. You know, I'm tired of the nonsense. Clearly there's a communication issue because Bryce Young got pissed off because his routes weren't open. I feel like a freaking dead turkey for 10 minutes behind the freaking pocket. And everybody's like, what's going on? What's going on? Why is this offense not working? It's not a secret, bro. There's no reason XL should not be beating his opponent on the other side of that ball. Same thing with T-Mac and Travis Hunter. And we kept trying to force the ball to T-Mac, thinking, okay, yeah, that battle is a good one, you know, but you don't want to overuse that. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. We were overusing it. And when you overuse that, defenses get wise to it, they figure it out, and then you're cooked. I mean, I'm just trying to be realistic here. You can't overuse a set of plays. In the NFL, it does not work. It does not work, folks. I'm not trying to be that guy right now, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You know? Well, why are you trying to jam something in there that's not going to work? I mean, didn't we learn from our childhood, you know, with the blocks? You know, and the block puzzle? Some people didn't learn the block puzzle and it shows. They never did the block puzzle. Bro, Speedy Gonzalez, ticket his ass. Anyway. It's the highway, you know what I mean? Everybody gets that. But yeah, that jump pissed me off, man, today. That presser had me feeling a certain type of way, and I'm not about it. So, Dave Canalas, I'm asking you, man, please learn from your mistakes. It's a long season. We got a lot of work to do with this team, and I don't want to see it compromised because we're being stupid. You know, as I said in the post-game stream, you get out of it what you put in. You get out of it what you put in. It's that simple. If you're putting in dumb route running, you're going to get dumb results. You're going to get incomplete passes. You're going to get dumb results. You're going to get incomplete passes and 9 pass deflections. Duh. It ain't rocket science what you're gonna see in the stat sheet. It shows up on the field and it shows up in the stat sheet. And the stats you can't hide it. Once it's in the stats, you can't hide it. Because now other teams are looking at that and going, oh, this is easy. You know what I'm saying? This is easy. All we got to do is run some cover two, you know, and cover up, run some press on these wide receivers. Too easy, man. You know, that's what I'm just thinking right now. Never mind the Falcons. Never mind the Saints. Never mind the Buccaneers, who are in our division that we have to play twice. That have better than Jacksonville ever thought of having. So, remind me again how this is a good thing that we are sitting here questioning what we're doing? Dave Canalas? Oh, it's encouraging? What's encouraging is the talent level we have. What's not encouraging is what you're doing with it. I'm going to say that again. What's encouraging is the talent level we have.
2 miles, take the exit.
But what's not encouraging is what you're doing with that said talent. Fix it, please. Because if you don't, Dan Morgan will. And I would not want to be in that room when Dan Morgan says, enough is enough, this ain't it. He's got power. He's got the power to fire these guys if you want. That's right, folks. He ain't gonna fire you. Dave, he ain't gonna fire you. Y'all are too tight. But he can fire the coordinators if he so chooses at any point during the year. So Brad, the gyro, be on guard. I would start packing them mansions up, man. I would start packing them houses up, bro. Because you're on the fast track to getting the heck up out of here and getting on a plane straight out of Charlotte. Keep playing, man. This team keeps playing, man.
Take the exit.
I'm tired of it. Now, last year, I was not primed to go on this little tirade because, you know, I knew that last year we needed to fix a lot of things and do a lot of things that we needed to get done. That's fine.
Take the exit.
And figure out who we have and blah, 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 blah. Understandable.
In 1,000 feet at the traffic
I'm not going to get
circle,
mad
take
at a
the first exit
5-win
onto
season
Shelby
last
Highway.
year because we're trying to figure out who we are. But this year, if we don't measure up to that 7 to 8 wins, something's wrong with the talent that we have. I'm just straight up saying it. Something's wrong. You know what I mean? Something's just straight up wrong. I'm not going to be that guy, man. That's going to hold back. I'm going to tell you like it is. People can get pissed at me all they want.
Exit the traffic circle
I'm gonna be
onto
honest
Shelby
with you.
Highway, then continue
That's who
straight
I
onto
am.
South Carolina 329 South.
That's always been who
Continue
I
straight
am.
onto South Carolina 329 South.
All day long, that's who I am. To expect anything different of me, man, is to expect a different culture from me. Which you should not expect that. You know, when I gotta let a coach up, man, I gotta let a coach up. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way that is.
Continue for 2 miles.
I don't like being that guy, man. But sometimes I gotta be that guy. Sometimes I gotta give that tough love. You know what I'm saying? I care about this team. That's why I'm doing this, man. I care about y'all. I want to see this whole team succeed. I want to see this whole franchise succeed. But we can't do that when we're doing stupid stuff. And when you say stuff like that in the press conference, you're making me look like a fool, dude. For supporting you for all these months, dude. You're making me look like a clown. When we don't get the results we want, that's understandable. You know, if we're fighting hard and we do everything we're supposed to be doing, you know, I'm not going to say a word. You know I'm not. But when we're not doing the things we're supposed to be doing, I'm going to call it out. It's that simple. I need y'all to understand that. In the management, man. I'm here for y'all, but sometimes we gotta have some tough love. That's just the way it is. So, yeah. To say I'm frustrated with that press conference is the least I can say right now.
In half a mile, turn left onto US 29 North.
Because I wanted to say some stuff off camera, but I didn't put in. But you know, it is what it is. And no, it's not curse words. It's
The light,
it's
turn
me
left
just
to US 29
saying
North.
stuff that I don't want the scouts to find out. You know what I mean? That I noticed in that game. No, that was straight up. If we don't for that, we're too talented for that. Let's fix this, man. It's been too long, man. It's been too long. We worked too hard for this. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes me frustrated is we've been working so hard for this, man. You know, and we get this type of result, you know, from all that hard work. Something's wrong. Something is very, very wrong. I'm trying to show that love right now. You know, I'm trying to be. It is what it is. Anyway, man, this press conference got me feeling that type of way, man.
Take the next right to Cherokee Falls Road, State Road S11 to 30.
We had to talk about it, man. We had to. If I'm still the same type of way, I'll talk back from my friend's
Continue
house.
on Cherokee Falls
I'm up
Road
in
for
North Carolina
3/4
right
of a
now,
mile.
so I'm gonna get off, man. But yeah. It's been a real struggle, man. It really has. We're trying to figure all this out. We're trying to get all this done. And it's wild, man. It's not an easy process. You know, it's not an easy. Next one. Peace.